Hey guys, Nick Stoya with Stoya Wood Design. I just want to thank you for tuning in to another episode. In this week's episode, I'm going to show you how I made this farmhouse dining table. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Enjoy!
I started this project out on my Delta table saw, breaking down my 2x10s and 2x6s to their correct width. Once I had all the boards ripped down to their correct width, it was time to run them through my DeWalt 13-inch planer. For this project, I also decided to run my 4x4s through the planer instead of ripping them down on my table saw, and I believe these turned out great while taking off the rounded edges, and it'll be something I continue to do moving forward. With most of the initial prep work complete, it was time to take my 2x10s over to my Bosch miter saw and cut them to their approximate length. I went ahead and left them an inch long just so I could have some play with the glue up. Next, it was time to drill my pocket holes and prep for the tabletop glue up. I went ahead and used my Craig Foreman for this, which really helped to speed up the process. As you can see here, I laid the boards out flat on the garage floor just to give me the best possible surface so I could keep them flush as I started to screw them together. After the top had time to set up, I went ahead and sanded everything down with 120 grit sandpaper before wiping everything down with mineral spirits just to clean up any excess debris. With the top now complete, it was time to work on constructing the base. I started out by cutting 4 4x4 posts to 30 inches long before adding a 45-degree chamfer on the ends. These 4 pieces would act as the top and bottom supports for the table. Next, I found the center of my top and bottom support pieces before taking them over to my drill press to recess a hole where my lag screws will be bolted in and glued to the vertical support pieces. Before screwing the legs together, I went ahead and pre-drilled my vertical support post just to ensure my lags could find the center of the post and I wouldn't have to worry about anything not being flush once I glued and screwed them together. With the foundation of the legs complete, it was time to move on to cutting my angled supports for each leg. I went ahead and found the angle for one support and then was able to trace this on my 4x4 posts at the miter saw station before making my cuts. Similar to the top and bottom supports of my table legs, I went ahead and pre-drilled some holes with a Forstner bit to ensure I could hide my screws when I attached them. This would also let me fill them in with a wood dowel before I cut them flush with a Japanese pull saw. Next, I connected my table legs together with a 2x6 runner as well as 2x6 angled supports. I secured them all with screws and wood glue. After filling all of my Craig holes on my 2x6s with Craig paint grade plugs, it was time to move on to staining the top of the table. The customer elected to go with a Varathane dark walnut stain, and I have to say I really love how this turned out. Next, it was time to paint the legs of the table. I started out by applying 2 coats of primer, followed by 2 coats of Sherwin-Williams Emerald Bright White paint with my Gray Coat True Coat 360 paint sprayer. And finally, to finish off this project, I applied 2 coats of Varathane polyurethane to the tops of the table as well as the benches. As you can see here, I have the bench tops on top of the already completed table. I did not include the video for these, but wanted to show the application of the polyurethane. And with the table complete, it was time to get this installed in the customer's home. We decided to leave the top of the table off the base until we made it through their front door and then secured with L brackets. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with how this build turned out, and I think the customer loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Also, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it, and stay tuned for more content in the future. Again, my name is Nick Stoya with Stoya Wood Design, and thank you for watching.